Okay, welcome to the first live stream of 7X Investors. We got a small crowd here tonight because it's our first live stream. So it's going to be nice when we get going on this. We got a lot of people in here, but we are going to proceed as if there was 1,000 people in the room. So let's get started here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at what happened today. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Cordell Stevens, and I'm one of the co-founders of 7X Investors. We have Dan Kelly. He's one of the other co-founders of 7X Investors. He runs the futures trading product of 7X. And then we have Sean. He runs London Breakout in the 7X program. I run Alpha Trader, which is the Forex portion. And we're going to go through each one of our programs in the beginning here so you get an idea what we offer. So first of all, I do Alpha Trader. That's where we trade Forex and CFDs. So basically, we're trading currencies and we're trading contracts for differences in the S&P, Nasdaq, and gold. So that's pretty much the way we do that. And what we do is we have a live training session where we go in, we trade live so you can see how we do it and the methods we use to trade live with. They're a little bit different than what we'll be showing you here tonight. They're more detailed, they're more specific, and the entries are more specific. Another thing we do is develop a mind for trading, meaning we teach you how to develop habits, how to lose, and how to have failure and be able to overcome that and continue trading by taking small losses and having large gains. So our idea is to help you pass your prop accounts and also to help you be a profitable trader every day. And at the end of the week, your wins far outweigh your losses. Now I'm going to turn it over to Dan to talk about his program a little bit. Go ahead, Dan.
Yep. So I'm Dan with 7X Futures. I run the futures side. The kind of the same thing that Cordell does. I teach the three key components that you need to know in the market. I give you the indicators. We give you the, all the stuff that you need to learn to trade futures. I call it the NFL of trading. It's the big league. It's not college football like trading Forex is. Again, I trade live every morning from 5:30 to 9 o'clock, Monday through Friday. And then we do 2 live classes on Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. That's what we do. I like to trade futures. I trade Forex for many years. I've been trading futures for quite some time. My P&L show that we're, consistent. I share that with everybody. But again, I teach the actually there's 4 key components that you need in this market: direction, order blocks, order flow, and your mindset. These 4 key components is all you need in trading. Once you master these, you can make a ton of money in the long term. So, but that's what I do. I'll turn it over to Sean.
All right. You guys, hey, it's London Show Sean. I am here with my mentors. I am here with some longtime friends, and we are going to be joined with some new friends very soon as well. And the strategy that I have been employing myself straight from Dan, January of 2020, right before the world turned crazy, is the main strategy that I've been focused on for the last 3 years and 8 months. And I believe is something that teaches discipline, consistency, and risk management. And that is some details that I cannot wait to share with you guys. The way I put it together, you're going to love it. The accuracy is 7 to 8 out of 10 times you will hit take profit. Take profit is always 1-to-1 ratio, baby. And yeah, so we're going to wrap.
All righty. Now the way we're going to do this, each one of our products has a different price point. So Alpha Trader is $249 a month, or you can get the yearly. It's 20% off for the yearly. Dan's is futures. His is $249 a month, or the yearly 20% off.
Hey, Cordell, I don't mean to cut in, but you can see your clear view, trading view, or Telegram is right over the middle of your screen.
Oh, that's not even supposed to. I've got to switch screens.
Yeah, I see your trade running too.
Okay. That's fine. I don't worry about that. Let me stop share. And let me go ahead and do.
Is there anyone else in the waiting room as well?
Yeah, I'm just letting them in as I see them.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. And then Sean, what's yours per month? Yours is 89, right?
It's $90 per month.
$9 per month. Okay. All right. So we got that out of the way. Now let's get into the training. So we're going to review today and what happened today. And when I review a day or when I look ahead to a day, there's 4 charts I use. I use the S&P 500 or ES, depending on if you're trading futures. I use the 10-year, I use the US dollar, and I use the volatility, S&P, the S&P vol. Okay, the reason why I do that is those pretty much help me determine the directions we're going in and what's happening. So that's what I'm going to use first. The first thing I'm going to look at is dollar. So we see here this week, dollar came up and hit a resistance zone. We're going to see if it's pull back and push out. So far, it's not doing that. So the way I'm looking at dollar, unless we have a reversal here and a break of this channel right here, we're going to stay long the indices. So I'm looking for another long in the indices tomorrow. Now we're going to look for a certain breakback point. Now this went up pretty fast. We can pull a fib from here to here and look for that pullback. Pullback's generally probably going to happen around here at 102.46. So I'm looking for another up day in indices tomorrow and another down day in dollar, which means another up day in gold. So that's what I'm looking for right now for tomorrow. So down in dollar tomorrow, up day in indices. Let's go ahead and reduce that. And then over here, the volatility, you see how the volatility index is starting to move back down again. We kind of have this range right here. So that range is sticking right in that area right there. So we may go all the way down to the bottom here again before we start to head back up. So again, if volatility goes down, risk comes on. So that's one of the main things you need to understand about risk, liquidity. If there's liquidity in the markets, risk is on, okay? So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a push down further in volatility, more liquidity coming in, and things like S&P and the Nasdaq heading up. So looking for another down day in volatility. And then here we have the S&P over here. We're going to blow that up. So the S&P right here is we have it heading up. So we had this channel, it pushed out, pulled back, and we have a double bottom here. Let's blow this up. This is the daily, so you can see that a little better. So we have a double bottom here, if you want to call it that.
That looks
And
pretty.
we have a swing right here. So let's measure that swing. And here's the swing. And we see we've already hit the first level of 1.27. So that's at 45.21. We're expecting this to go up to at least 45.55 or somewhere in there, 45.50. So S&P, we're looking for it to push up to that level right there. Okay.
Nice.
Another thing we're looking at here is we're looking at yields. Now, if you know anything about yields, you see we've kind of hit a double top here. We're going to see if that holds or not. Remember, Fed had its meeting this last weekend in Jackson Hole. They're still meeting over there. And as far as we know, Jerome Powell says they're going to continue to raise rates, but we'll see. The yields have gone down in the 10-year. And so we're looking to see if this breaks this channel. If it does break this channel, we're going to push down and pull back up, which means if this pushes down, gold is going to continue to go up. Okay. Which also means, again, indices are going to continue to go up. So we're looking for a push down in this tomorrow as we close today, or yesterday, I should say, with the doji looking maybe a little push up and then a continuation to the downside. So we're looking for gold to go up tomorrow. Bitcoin, I guess we look at Bitcoin here. No problems with that. We'll look at it here. Okay, you see how Bitcoin is taking off? Now, Bitcoin is kind of a precursor. Let's go ahead and get out here on the daily. Bitcoin is kind of a precursor of what markets will do. This has been rising. Today, we had kind of a pullback here. We're looking for, let me get this fib out of the way. We're looking for this to pull back and push up a little bit more. So pull back somewhere in the 50 to 61 level and then pushing back up. We'll see if Bitcoin does that. Now, remember, Bitcoin moves ahead of the markets, and we're expecting this pullback to pull back to a certain point. But if we start to see a failure in it in the next few days, maybe by Friday, maybe by next week, this is going to roll back over. But as for right now, talking about tomorrow, we're going to see probably things go up. So Bitcoin may have reached its peak. It may be rolling over. We'll wait and see on that. But anyway, Bitcoin performs before any of the markets perform. Okay, so that's kind of giving you a hint there of how to look at Bitcoin. That's what we're going to cover on the look tomorrow. Let's see, we can go. We'll just go MNQ. We'll take that. Again, we're looking for this pullback here to swing back out. So if we look at that to swing back out and we pull it back right to there, we're looking for a hit somewhere either up tomorrow into the 15,628, and then later on this week continue up into the 15,787 area is what we're kind of looking for. So a continuation to the upside. So basically what we're going to be looking for is any pullbacks in this indice, the Nasdaq, we're going to be looking to trade that long. So that's what we're looking for, and that's how we're seeing it. Now, where does this get us to on this? So if we mark this right here, and we just mark that in green, we're going to come back the other way and look at this. We're going to take it from the top down, and we pull it, and that marks us right at the 0.78. So we are definitely looking for a pullback somewhere into here. Once it hits there, be very careful, because it could begin to roll over. And if it does, and it breaks this level right here, we're going to swing down clear to here next week. So that's the week after. It'll be probably about 2 weeks before it does that. But we'll probably see if we can get up here by Friday. And if it holds here and it starts to roll over and push down, we could be seeing a downward move next week. So watch for that. Big thing to watch for. But that's pretty much the outlook for tomorrow. So it looks like markets continue up, and that's pretty much does it. Any questions on that, guys? Oh, let me let this person in, Jay Price. Okay. All right. Any questions on that? All right. Dan, we are going to move into you. So I'm going to stop sharing here and give you the controls. Okay, you should be able to share.
You're muted, Dan.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second here. Nothing like having trades in profit. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover just something that happens in the market every morning before we open. And usually after the midday run, we go into another one, and that's called a wedge or a squeeze. Now you're looking at two charts here. I'm going to make one chart bigger, but I want to cover something on this chart over here. In futures, we built this chart to make traders that have a hard time trading, right? That are beginners and need a little bit extra help. I developed this chart on this Renko chart with these yellow bars to make it easier for you to see easy trade setups, right? So you can start making money right off the bat, so you can earn and learn at the same time. I just wanted to cover that. This is only on futures. You don't have this available on TradingView or in Forex. This chart I completely built on the platform for Ninja Traders. So just a little FYI, this gives you kind of one up in the market. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and I'm going to make this chart bigger. We will go ahead and go to the market this morning. Let me turn off these order blocks real quick so you don't see them. I have order blocks up here for different levels. All right, so we're going to go into, let's go into 5:30. Is it 5:30? I came in at 5. I trade at 5:30 in the morning to 9 o'clock. We will just call this right at the open. So 7:30 right here at the open. Guys, what we look for in the market every morning, and it's clear as day. Price has a tendency to create what they call a wedge. And I will just draw this and then I will show you a couple of examples. So when price is going up and then coming down, right? Coming down, we make a new low, maybe with a wick, it comes back up. I'll just draw some candles so you get the picture. And a little wick here, and then, you know, price is doing what they call is tightening up, right? So what we like to do is draw a channel line that looks just like this. And if you notice, sometimes this will break through and, you know, sometimes it will come back up and close. Normally when this happens, this is a go time to go long. Now I use a couple other key components that I teach in trading that give me one up in the market. You know, order flow kind of tells me what's going on here in the market, but I'm able to see the buyers and sellers on the contract side. So I get to see who's long and who's short and where we're at and who's in control. But anyways, normally when we break through and we close back up inside the wedge, normally this is a breakout to go long. So this is a wedge. You have this thing called an ascending wedge, and then you have another one that is a descending wedge, right? So you have one that goes down and one that goes up. So let's go ahead and just take a peek into the markets. This happens prominently about 7:30 every morning. And if we look here, you can clearly see off of this high coming down into the market. We will just draw this the way I see it before the market did anything, right? We can look right here. Actually, this would be here, right here. We're 7:15, 7:30, right here. So this would be your wedge, right? And this wedge is pointing to the downside, right? So the point is lower, not upper, right? So it's not, this wedge is down this way. We're not the other way, right? We're not this way. So when I'm looking at this, I'm looking for price to break through, close inside the wedge. I'm looking for a couple of key components in these bars that I trade. And then I'm looking for the long. And that's what we did this morning. We took this long, and then up here, we took part of this short. Okay. Had a very phenomenal day today trading. Let's just go back into yesterday, and I'll show you one more example. I'm not going to take up too much time. But when you trade the open in the markets, guys, you really need to start looking for these wedges, right? Or these squeezes, as institutions call them squeezes, right? So we like to trade like institutions. So let's just go with a squeeze. But on the retail side, they call them a wedge. So you can call them what you want. We'll call them a squeeze, a wedge. Price is tightening up. You're pretty sure you probably heard it all. But long story short, here is our wedge right at 7:30 in the morning, or our squeeze, as you see, right? And as you see, price came down trying to break out, went up, held, came down. And that candle right there, or this candle right here, is the go candle, right? That is not good. Give me a second, guys.
Order filled.
I had to close the trade out. All right. But anyway, so that's another wedge, right? And as this is happening, this is what we're looking for the long. And again, 7:30, we're able to see this every morning. So we'll go back one more day in the morning, and then we will call it the day. I will call it the morning. All right. So here's another wedge. Now this is the opposite direction. So we're going to go at 7:30. Right here's the open. We're here, right? And 7 o'clock, we can draw now this is more of a channel line, right? We're here. And then as price comes down, we're able to just roll this over. So 30 minutes after the market opens up, or let's just call an hour after the market up, right here, you can see that we broke out. You're looking for a short. And then if we roll this over to here, you can see that price got the wedge here right at the open, right here. And again, price pulls up and pushes down. Now, there is a couple other levels here that we'd like to look at, and that would be the swing low. And everybody knows that we trade. This is the only thing we trade. We trade here, here, and here. We trade tops, we trade bottoms, and we trade everything in between. And when you know where price is going, this makes you a master trader. So that is what we do. This is how we do it. Every morning we see them just like this. Any questions on that? I can't see the chat. Does anybody got any questions? All right. I will turn it over to you, Sean.
All right, all right, all right.
Okay, so go ahead, Sean. You're up.
I want to welcome you guys to the London show. This strategy has been taught to me by Dan Kelly on the stream now. Back when he still is a Forex master, he just found something that is very is more lucrative. Well, I'm not gonna say more lucrative, but it is very, very attractive what he's doing over there. I say that in the manliest way possible. But back to the charts. I want to play an intro for you guys, just to give a little understanding of how powerful the London breakout can be. Oops, what am I doing? I am trying to play the video. All right, so our trade begins after every blue vertical line is complete. Target is always 1-to-1, 50 pips. Let's see. Now, the chart we're looking at is a chart of the GBP JPY, which is the only pair that I trade during the London session. Out of the last 3 years and 8 months, I have studied every pair for the pound, and this is by far the most consistently moving pair for the time that we trade. We are looking at the hourly chart. So as you can see, massive moves are being made. I call these trades at the same time, using the same pair, with the same strategy, with the same goal. And this teaches you discipline, consistency, and risk management, because target is always a 1-to-1. So therefore, if we're going for 50 pips, we are risking 50 pips. You don't want to risk the house on these trades, but applying risk management to these trades consistently with a win ratio of about 7 to 8 out of 10 times, and you will have enough pips accumulated to do almost whatever you want with your time. And some of the questions I get about this strategy is, Sean, do I have to wake up at 4 a.m.? Can't you find another time to trade this strategy? And the short answer is no. I have seen almost every indicator, almost every strategy, almost every pattern, almost every new concept that is discovered in foreign exchange. Sticking to a consistent strategy is by far the best thing that you can reward yourself with. And I have found that for you. And so with the percentages being, like I said, in the 7 to 8 out of 10 times that you will win, you will develop a mind state that the time the strategy happens won't matter. You will be up at 4 a.m. to get your 1-to-1 ratio hit 80% of the time. And then you will not have to take another trade or look for another setup the entire day. Guess what? You go right back at it again the next night. And so this, ladies and gentlemen, will give you the bread and butter that you desire, whether if you're a trader that's on the go or if you are a trader that has been struggling to find consistency. If you're a trader like me, when I started out, I was in 4, 5, 6, 7 signals groups at once. And this will fit what you're doing because you will always have the peace of mind of knowing when the signal is coming. It will not interrupt you in the meeting. It will not interrupt you picking up the kids from school. It will not interrupt you on your lunch break. It will not interrupt you with dinner time with the family. And that is one of the best benefits that this strategy can offer. So let's get a quick outlook of where I think we are headed. Let me take off these blue lines. The blue lines represent strike time for the London breakout. Let's go ahead and switch to the 4-hour. We have broken this counter trend line here, and we are simply, in my opinion, retesting the break. Here's our A, here's our B. We are in the area looking for our C. We could drop a little bit further. That's possible. Let me get rid of this. This is the move that we took for London last night, which resulted in 50 pips. And so let me get rid of this here. I'm just going to go from the previous bottom to the most recent top. And so we should get a push down into this area here.
Target filled.
And then this will then hold us to 187. And as you can see, the 1618 of this fib almost lines up with the target that I have set up here, which is based off of this channel line that I have drawn out in the future. And so we are looking for a target in this general area between the 1618 and this golden channel line.
So Sean, question.
Yes, sir.
If somebody was to sign up for your signal service, what time do you send out your signals?
Great question. I send out my signal service once again at the same time. It's going to be 4 a.m. And a lot of people say, hey, can't you just find a better time? And I say, there's no better time to trade than 4 a.m. because there's no better Forex pair, in my opinion, than GBP, JPY. And you are going to find great consistency by trading the signals that I send out because of the reliancy of 50 pips every single time. It is very hard to get 50 pips every single time off of any strategy. Believe me, I've been there. But it is well worth it to wake up at 4 a.m. and enter my signal, get a glass of water, use the restroom. You do that anyway in the middle of the night. Take a signal, possible pips, go back to sleep. 8 out of 10 times, you'll wake up with more pips than what you had the night before.
So you're trading a 1-to-1 ratio,
Yes, sir.
and your 4 a.m. is what time
4 a.m. Eastern.
Eastern? So it would be somebody else's 4 a.m. if they were in a different time zone.
Correct.
So it could be earlier. Okay. Did I answer your questions? All right, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you for the questions. And does anyone else like to chime in with any other questions?
Okay. So we had some questions here. I'll address them real quick, like some questions concerning times and when we teach. So as most of you know, Dan Kelly mentioned his time slot is 5:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then, of course, Sean mentioned his, and his is at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I do, well, actually, me and Ty do dual teaching. So I'll do Monday mornings and Friday mornings, and Ty does evenings in Forex CFDs. So we trade whatever Forex pair is ready to do, and we do it at open. So we generally get in the room at 5:45 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And when we hit our goal, which we usually like to get people somewhere in the neighborhood, so they're passing their prop counts, we usually have to get you in the neighborhood of anywhere between 250 to 1,500 in that session, and get you set up so you're passing your prop accounts. We like the opening on Asia. Generally, Asia is pretty slow except for the openings. The openings are a good spot to be trading. So a lot of people can make that time slot. So we make that available at that time. But if anyone wants the morning, they can come in with me 2 days out of the week. We also do in Alpha Trader, we also do trading for the mind. We teach you how to develop your mind for trading. So pretty important stuff. If you know anything, if you don't understand how to lose and you don't understand how to fail in this business, you're gonna mess it up pretty bad. You've got to understand how to control your emotions, how to take a loss and get out of that trade before it starts getting very painful. The mind works in a funny way when we get into those types of situations where we keep letting a loss continue on and on and on. And we don't want to take that loss. And we always have the hopium that that's going to come back. And that's not the way you trade. When you start to see that your position is going out of spec, you get out of that thing as quickly as possible, according to your targets, according to your risk, and whatever you have set up, which you know what that is. It's different for each person. But if you're running, if you're doing short trades on a day, you got to be in and out of that thing quick. If you're wrong, you got to get out quick, because stuff can move on you really quick. So it all depends on what you're trading, what your risk is, how big your account is, all that. But we teach you how to manage all that in our sessions, Mind for Trading, which we do each Monday night. And that's where we get down and dirty with some of the problems that people are having in trading, mostly dealing with the emotion, mostly dealing with the anxiety, the fear, things like that. We really help you develop the mind and structure it and build it. The mind is like a muscle. You got to build those neuron structures in there so that you can form those habits. The faster you form those habits, the quicker you'll learn how to trade and be a profitable trader. It really is that simple. I know, Dan, you've been trading for how long?
A little over 2 decades.
Yeah, same here.
I've been a full-time trader, consistent full-time trader for the last 12, 13 years. And my net worth right now, year to date, I'm just under $800,000. Well, about 700 grand this year. But my total net worth in those 12 years is over $2 million in profits.
So
All verifiable.
yeah, so really, really important to understand that we've been through the ups and downs of this game. Me personally, I've been doing it since 2004. Got really good at it. I blew a 7-figure account. And that set me back a few years to understand where I was making my mistakes, and regained that and moved forward from there. It's a thing where it's a zero-sum game, and there's going to be a loser and a winner, and you want to make sure you're on the winning side of this. So we do everything we can to help you learn how to go in there. And I use kind of the symbol of you're a goldfish swimming in amongst the sharks. And if you don't swim up next to the sharks and you don't do what they do, then you're going to get eaten. So real important that you learn how the sharks swim so you can swim with them and not against them. You will lose in this game if you try to do that. So don't try to predict the market. Don't try to have a bias in the market. Just trade the market based upon what you see. And if you can learn to do that, and you can do it with managing your fear of losing and your fear of failing, you should begin to be able to play this game really good with whatever strategy you choose to trade with. So that pretty much does it for tonight. Now, I've got the questions or the chats up here. Does anyone have any questions they want to ask us before we sign off here? We do this every Wednesday night. This is our first one, so we promise we'll get better at it as we move along. Sean, that music kind of got me emotional. So, you know, I want to thank you for that experience.
Blair for the dramatic.
Hey, Cordell, if anybody wants to follow me on TikTok, they can. My user or my TikTok name is Trader303, and every day I post my results from trading that day on TikTok every single day. So if they want to go and follow me and check out what we're doing, they'll see the consistent profits there. It's Trader303.
Another thing you can do is look us up on our YouTube channels. We're going to be starting to post our room sessions and what goes on in those room sessions, so you can see how we're trading. Now we'll condense those videos down so you don't have to watch the whole session, but so you get an idea of how we're working the markets and what we're making and so forth. We do our trading before you live, so you can see what we're doing. We explain what we're doing, why we're doing it, so that you have an opportunity to begin to mock or develop the habits that we have implemented to help us be successful traders. So it's real important that you attend the live meetings. And it's real important that you do the homework and that you stay consistent. We were talking before we got on tonight about how important this business is to be consistent. Okay. Day in and day out, to be consistent. And that's a lot of people don't have that ability to be consistent.
Keeping your losses small and keeping your winners bigger.
That's right. And that's right. And that's the way you got to do it. So, you know, if you're in a losing position, you got to cancel the hopium. Hopium does not work in this business.
No hope.
No hope.
I also teach class in futures on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Not only do you get to trade with me Monday through Friday live every morning, we're usually done by 8:30, just to give you guys a heads up. I'm usually done by 8:30 in the morning, sometimes even before market even opens up. But I teach every Tuesday and Thursday night at 6 o'clock. So I teach exactly what we do live every morning. So it's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It's drilled in your head. And I'm a master trader. I consider myself a professional trader. With that being said, I want to make millionaires. That's what my goal is now. I've already got a few people that are up there. I want to get a few more this year. In the next 14 months, I want to take in about 100 people so I could train them to be a millionaire. All we got to do is rinse and repeat and do the same thing that I'm doing every single day. and your P&Ls will look like mine. If you go into our website, everybody's P&Ls look like mine almost every single day. Some are a little smaller, some are a little bigger. Sometimes I'm out with small numbers and they make bigger numbers. And sometimes I make bigger numbers and they make smaller numbers. Sometimes it's the same across the board, right? So guys, this is like, we don't have like all these prop funding accounts that are out there. I didn't have that when I started trading. I had to use my own money. I had to burn through my own money.
Yeah.
I had to make all the mistakes on my own money. You have prop firm accounts now that cost you $40 or $80, right? And if you lose it, you're out $80, but you get to trade with $2,500. So, I mean, sky's the limit. I'm going to teach you how to excel in that, right? We get multiple counts. Imagine just coming in here every day and trading for $200, but across 20 accounts. That's how much money. $200 per account, and you got 20 accounts. That's $4,000. If you made $200 a day in each account that gets trade copied into each account, and you made $4,000 a day, if you do the math, it's almost $1 million a year.
Yeah. So you only have to trade one time, one account with the copier goes across all the others.
Yes.
And you're going to get close to that amount.
We go through and help you set up everything. We will show you how to do everything. You're not in the blind. We don't let you come in and we leave you alone. I'm with you every day. We check on you. We talk to you. You get access to me. If you need help one-on-one, it doesn't cost any extra money. I go in and help you. So just FYI, this is the real deal.
So if you're joining us on YouTube, you can go into 7X Investors. You can set up a free account. And what this allows you to do is it helps you to get to know us first. So it kind of bridges that gap of trust. So when you're coming into a program, you want to have trust in the people that you're going to put your money with each month as you get your mentorship. And so being in the free area where we give this training and we give you some other things in there. And if you ask questions, we can answer those questions if you put them in the free chat. And we can answer your questions. The questions we don't like to see is things like, hey, do you know where pound dollar is going in the next day or two? Those aren't the type of questions we're looking for. We're looking for questions that are going to really help you with your trading. And doing that's not going to help you with your trading. And so what we want to do is help you foster a direction in your life where you can develop good habits, a system, you can understand what you're looking for and kind of go into that. So what you have here tonight, you have some really good people here that are here to help you. So Dan, he's a master trader in futures. I'm trying to learn how to be a master trader in futures. I haven't accomplished that yet. I started last year about this time, but I'm getting there. And we have Sean, who can help you develop a system of trading that's going to allow you, if you're working full time, if you got a lot of stuff going in your life, that's going to allow you to get up at a certain time, put your trade in, go back to sleep, and it's either going to make it or not. Okay, it's one way or the other. It doesn't matter. And then you got me, who I specialize in CFDs and Forex for a long time, so I know that market. Something in that market you're not privy into the Forex market to see orders or anything like that. So you got to have a real keen eye to what price is doing. It's really tough sometimes. So you got to have someone who knows what they're doing. I've been doing it for a long time, so I can help you through that process if that's the direction you want to go in.
Yeah,
so we have
like me.
so you have different avenues you can go down here. So you have the ability to pick which flavor you want to taste and test out and try and see what works best for you. And that was our whole idea about making several different platforms, because one platform doesn't fit all. And so we want to help everyone have a chance to pick what they feel will work best for them. And that's what's great about 7X Plus. I'm going to plug here. If you want to promote 7X, we have an affiliate program, and we pay out really good on the affiliate program. We pay you out 35%. And that affiliate program is going to be developed over the next few years, where we're going to have everything you need to advertise it and to push it out there and be able to, you bring it to 3 people and you cover your mentorship each month. And so it's a really good thing to have. And we're also going to have other promotions that we're going to be pushing out, things to help people pay for that mentorship. We know it's a pull on you, but we literally we're just charging enough to cover our expenses on the other end. So with that being said, we want to give you everything we can and make a little profit on the side if we can also as well. So that's part of our job, is to try to help foster you where you're starting to make money. And that's the way we keep you in the game and keep you learning, keep you growing, keep you progressing, is you're not going to stick around if you're not making the money. And that's what it boils down to. So we teach that to you, how to do that. A lot of people are successful at it. They stick around because of that. And that's just the way the program works. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. I appreciate everyone coming in, and we'll be here again next week, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. If you have a specific thing that you want us to cover, go ahead and put it in the free section at 7X chat, and we'll be sure to cover it for you. So if you have questions about some of the things that you're having problems with, put in there your problem, and we'll try to cover those problems in the next live training, okay? And we'll always come in here, we'll give our outlooks for the day of and what we expect coming in the next day, and we'll also teach a concept to you, okay? So that's, and then the rest of the time is for answering questions. So if you have a mic and you want to speak, or if you feel more comfortable just typing, go ahead and type and we'll answer those questions for you.